All right, we'll call the meeting. Call meeting to order. The meeting properly noticed.
Yes, it was.
Roll call. Everyone is present. Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
By Mark. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The agenda is approved. Minutes from August 10. Looking for a motion to, again, Mike, seconded by Don. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Correspondence,
I have them.
project status. Kyle, are you present?
Yep, I am on. Looks like there's been some updates to the project status report. Did anybody have any questions on that?
Everyone, March.
Thank you. I noticed on several areas, they should have had, follow-up reports done, things that were supposed to have been done like in May or whatever, and they still aren't showing it, completion or anything. Trying to look at
Any
one.
specific one you're, or
Well, I'm trying to figure out my notes with the report. There was CCAP rollout. Is that done?
CCAP rollout. I'm looking for it.
May I answer that question? May I answer that question?
sure.
Yeah, the
Story on right now.
CCAP rollout was rolling out to the information for the new CCAP 3 system that has, we have been upgraded to that. It's been a huge learning curve because we've had the same system for over 20 years of programming. Actually, in my personal opinion, once you get used to it, it actually does seem to go a lot smoother. There's still little glitches that they have to fix, which is pretty much with any IT new programming and stuff like that, but that is completed. So thought I had changed that, but I might not have. I'm sorry.
Well, it shows scheduled for April, postponed. Yeah, that one. Okay.
That one might be the child support rollout,
Yes,
new child support rollout.
I'm not sure if that's on there, but we just got news this morning that we were scheduled to do that earlier in the summer and they postponed it. And now they just gave us a new date of October 25th. So it's all in coordination with the new CCAP and the child support system. So it's a big project that they keep postponing because they keep finding bugs. Okay, thank you.
If some of these are complete, is there a reason why they're still on here?
Yep, Mr. Chair. Yeah, it's just to kind of show the ongoing projects for the current year. So if like something's been completed, it's beneficial to just kind of see what's been accomplished by the departments throughout the year. And then in 2023, we're going to refresh it and have new projects or tasks on there that departments are focusing their efforts on. Some of them may roll over into 2023. So yeah, it's just informational thing for each committee.
Okay. Cynthia, you got something?
No.
Oh, okay.
I have it.
Anyone else? Thanks, Kyle.
You're welcome.
All right. DA, not pending. Anyone? Any questions that want to be referred on? Otherwise, we'll move on. Child support, Janet.
Good morning. Oh, I do a microphone. Good morning. Good morning. Our performance measures are doing really good. We're doing better than last month, very similar to last year at the same time. So we're really trying to get those payments on arrears and working really hard on that one. Any questions on the performance numbers?
I don't see any.
My check summary expenditure reports are attached and I think we're right on target with my budget. Any questions on that one?
No.
Okay.
Any other good news to report?
I don't know, everything's running great in the office and I don't know, I was just appointed as a new director mentor for the state, so I've been kind of like doing it anyway with there's a lot of turnover with new child support directors for different counties, and so I've been helping out the new director over in Juneau County, and we just met the other day to do a yearly presentation to all new directors. There are 14 of them right now in the state to help them understand how this all works. I mean, a lot of them are caseworkers, but they don't know the ins and outs of budgeting and all the agreements, cooperative agreements and rules and regulations with the state and the feds. So it's kind of a cool thing that we're doing to all help each other out.
As far as your office, you have 2 other employees, is that correct?
We have 3. We have 2 full-time and 1 part-time secretary.
Ah, okay,
So there are 4 of us in there.
good thing we got you moved. You wouldn't have fit 4, as you
No,
know.
we did before we were on top of each other.
Any questions for Janet?
All right, well, thank you very much and you all have a great day.
Thank you. All right, Lori.
Good morning again.
Morning.
Any questions, concerns about the report?
I want to say they've been busy.
Yes, we have been.
That was gonna be my comment, that it looks like your caseload is going up. considerably, and this is without the new judge.
Well, I think, I obviously I can't control any of that part of it, but I know that there's been a few extra cases, being filed from a backlog through the DA's office, because of the transition with the DA going to a judge and the ADA, one of the ADAs leaving and just trying to get caught up on backlog.
What are your out of county judge or judges that come? In this case, in August, that was because you have conflicts for. our
Yes.
judges? Okay.
Yes, it's, these out of county judges that have been, assigned to these cases, and most of these cases are older ones that just have not completely been closed out yet or anything, you know, they were conflicts with Judge Wood. So the out of county judges are usually, generally juvenile county judges usually get assigned to them. But we do have a few of them coming up, and just recently in the last few months that we have been, they were actually conflict even with the juvenile county judges. So there's been, we've actually have 3 other ones coming up. I know that we got 2 jury trials that were different judges from different districts that are coming in. So,
And that's potential jury trials, right? I mean,
well, they're on the calendar right now,
okay,
but, yeah, obviously it's, you never know. We just had one canceled for October, so, which they thought would go.
Mr. Chair, I have a question.
yes. Sorry, Orange.
That's okay. With these out of county judges coming in, does our county pay for them coming here?
No.
Or is that the state?
No, they just get assigned, if there's a conflict and they try to get a judge to take the case that's within our district. And it's just, it's all part of their job, so to say.
Okay, Marge?
Thank you.
So our judges also have that same duty somewhere.
Correct. Correct, yes.
All right. Expense report. Any questions on that? Lori, anything you want to highlight?
Just, we've been extremely busy. With some unfortunate, luck with one person out of my office due to an injury and surgery, and I do have one that's put in her notice. She is going to be, going up to the register of deeds office, register and probate office, so there's gonna be some internal moving around. So we've had some more hiring again to do, so jump on board with that. And we've been, like I said, it's been challenging trying to figure out the calendar, and there's always something changing. So, but we're trying to work with it as best as we can.
Questions, anyone? All right, Lori, we're gonna move on then. Thanks. Unless you have something else.
I don't think so, should I?
I didn't say that. All right, register and probate, so there's more that's to be. Yeah.
She's on.
Okay. All right, Catherine.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hi, good morning. All right, so the numbers are pretty steady. Any questions?
Looking. Any questions for Kathy? Don't see any. That's it.
Mr.
All
Chair,
right.
Yes.
I'd like to announce that Kathy's, this will be the last time that you'll interact with her, as her last day is the end of this month, I believe.
Yes.
What's up with that? That's not really a question. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's too bad. There's. Anyway, we'll move on.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Mhm.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
may I be excused?
see ya.
I've got a lot going on over there right now. Thank you.
Thanks for coming. All right. Jane is not attending. Any? Thing you saw? You had a question? Carolyn Rogers is not attending. She's sitting up here in the front, just in case you're wondering. Question for Marilyn. Yeah, March.
And Marilyn, how is your staffing?
Staffing is great. We have, 2 deputies and they are in it for the long haul and enjoy it and are planning on staying. Possible. They're very enthusiastic and like to work.
Good to hear.
Yes, very good.
Here again, you've been busy.
Oh. So, yeah, we continue to be busy in the medical examiner's office. August brought a triple fatality, which is a lot of work, and it was our 6th motor vehicle crash since July 16th. So those are time consuming and difficult.
Is this the 6th fatality
Yes,
for this year?
motor vehicle, yes, since July. We had 3 in July and 3 in August. So that taxes us a little bit. So the big news, okay, Marge knew it was coming, my vehicle. On the way to, as we were leaving for autopsy last week, a tire blew to shreds on the vehicle. And we're under a time crunch to get to autopsy. There's gonna be DCI there and the pathologist, so we have to be there in time. Well, I was able to, Jake Roseberry lent us his van to get down there. And we did make it on time, but the vehicle tires, 2 of them, cost $535 and towing was $125. So that blew that budget part to shreds, just like the tire. But what I wanted to talk about was the next day, as when the vehicle was in the shop, I got a call to a home def, and so I had to take my own vehicle. I'm not sure if that would be covered if I hit a deer or something, but I used over a quarter tank of gas to get there. And that vehicle, what I wanted to talk about. If I had gotten to that call and we needed a removal made for whether it's a tissue donation, autopsy, something suspicious, whatever, we would have to call Roseberry's and then pay them for that removal. So it becomes a very costly process when we don't have the vehicle with us. Which brings me to, I know it's not logical to have a new second vehicle, because this doesn't happen that often. But what is logical and what I'd like to have considered is if there is another van, maybe within a department that's going to be retired, that's going to go up for auction or something, it would be logical to have a backup van, just a regular passenger van or even a Suburban or something like that. If it's not logical to get a new one and to pay that price for a new one, but I think it would behoove us to have a backup van if that's at all possible at some point within maybe a different department vehicle or something.
So I have a question regarding our van now.
Mhm.
How old is that?
It's 2019. It's still under warranty because of the lack of mileage. It's low mileage on there.
Well, I don't think so, but,
And it's,
my question has to do with the tires. I mean, if this is a new vehicle.
I know, and I checked into the insurance, and unless we could prove that it was a manufacturer's defect, it will not be covered. Believe me, I tried. And it was in shreds. It could not be proven one way or another. Yeah. And we do drive in some rough areas, and I mean, I know we're harder on tires than your average vehicle would be, but, yeah, no, that was way too early to blow a tire.
Mr. Chair,
Yeah,
I'd like to ask Marilyn a question. Marilyn, do we still have the tires? That blew?
I don't know, I was told to GMJ and they couldn't do it, I don't know what, no, I think it's.
Yeah, I was like to get my hands on the tires, so. All right,
I guess. I know the last time that I had the oil change, they always rotate the tires, and they said that two of them, the treads were a lot worse than the other two. I'm assuming it's one of those that blew.
was this a rear tire or steer tire?
It was,
The only reason I ask is the front end, of course, if it's out of line, you're gonna wear off your tread.
mhm.
So if it's a front tire, then
You know, I'm not even sure, because my deputy had it, but, you know, every time I mean, I maintain it at the right time and get tires rotated, and, you know, I never let.
yeah, but that, if it's out of line, you wouldn't know that until you start looking at tires.
I know nothing.
Input from others? I don't mean to do all the talking here. Rick,
I think she needs a different van. I don't necessarily believe that a van that's gonna be retired is the best place for that, because this van will probably be used more than what we want a retired van to be used for. I see a lot of possibilities instead of taking they don't take the big ME van home now, but they could possibly take this van home, their deputies, when they're on call, and they could get to scenes faster. And they could, I've seen some of the deputies, because something's closer to their house, so they can respond to assistance faster, they use their own vehicles. And then if they need something, then they'll go get the big van. But I'm just saying that, I would rather see her buy something off the, possibly the state supply, auction, or, if somebody wants to retire a different van a little bit earlier to buy a new one, that she gets a decent van. She says a passenger van, what they normally do is they put a wooden thing in the back. So there's only the two front seats are actually, and then she could put a cot in the back. So it can be just a normal passenger van, but it'll have cot availability. But I think that for her deputy and her to have a second van available and be able to go to streams faster, I think would be a good idea.
so it reminds me that maybe we should talk with Roseberry or Jay and see if oh, well, you might know, but how often is a van not available in the event she had a breakdown with her own?
Well, I hate to speak for Jay, but we do actually have two vans that we could possibly use. So usually we would have one available as long as we weren't out on a call ourselves. Or if we have a funeral. If we had a funeral, it would be a struggle then, to be very truthful. Because we use both vans as a lead van and as a funeral. So yes, it would be a struggle if we had a funeral at the time.
Well, I think this probably needs a little more research and trying to sort this out. Because it does, as you said, it happens very rare. It does happen. Okay, fair enough. Anything else?
No.
If not, thanks, Marilyn.
Yeah.
All right, Sheriff York.
Good morning, everyone. Any questions on the submitted reports at all?
I have a
There.
question. Yeah.
Supervisor Edwards.
On your booking report, do the Quincy numbers include the contract time that the sheriff's department is there?
On the booking one, so page 1,
Well, when you go down and you list all the hundreds of thousands of incidents,
what's the specific question again? Sorry.
town of Quincy?
Yep.
Do those numbers include the deputy time that's spent there? Or is his time in addition to these numbers?
So in the reports that are submitted here, there's no specific numbers for the Quincy contract car.
So you don't know what the Quincy contact car numbers are?
No, we do. They're just not here.
Okay,
I can tell you in a second if you like. I can pull it up probably.
And back up a little bit. Is it Springville? maybe?
Christie, you can pull that up and follow that column.
100 and so you got 175 calls. Is that wrong? Maybe that was wrong.
that was wrong.
Okay. Well, then I don't have a question about Springville. do I?
Yeah, the regular hours.
Back up just a little bit. 22 calls or something stops. That. That. Okay, I'm on mine.
Large, that's 49 and a quarter hours.
You guys are wrong, that too many suspicious people.
Mr. Chair, can I ask a question of the sheriff?
Yeah, please.
Sheriff's contract on for the year?
The main contract service is Memorial Day, Labor Day, yes. However, there's language in the contract that there was some special event or some special requests. They could still ask that of us.
If, I guess my question is to help Marge and me, I guess is, and some point like next, could you kind of give us an overview of how the contract went and how many contacts that person had or something, just so we, I think that's what Marge is asking, correct?
Correct, along with the fact that, as I brought up before, these numbers are just numbers. There's no comparison with previous month, previous year. So we really don't know what the activity is. Okay, we've got the town of Rome, 175.
Well, each month, we supply the same reports for, I guess, month over month. We don't do anything extra as far as comparison.
Is this reporting activity in your dispatch center? Or is it a combination supposed to be dispatch center and officer involvement?
Well, all of the complaints would generate through dispatch. All the calls for service would originate through dispatch.
Okay,
Okay,
doesn't quite answer my question, but anyhow.
So can you, as a summary, maybe next month or something, just bring something that says how that compared to year 2021?
Yeah, I can see what we can do.
Should be able to sort that out, I would think. So,
Thank you.
right, Marge?
Yep, that'll help.
Okay,
Oh, I kind of feel bad about this. I mean, are we talking about every individual township that he has to do, or just Quincy?
in this particular case, I'm guessing it's Quincy, where you've got the extra contract with them.
That's why I just think it sounds like to me the sheriff is admitting this is a lot of work if he had to do it for the whole township, all the townships.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if you want the summary of Quincy itself, yeah, we have that. And we track all of the deputy, the date, the time, the hours, overtime hours, starting mileage, total mileage, complaints handled, and we track all that. I guess, we submit a report to Quincy, to show them the activity that we do. I guess I just, at this level, I just didn't assume you guys want to see that they handle the barking dog complaint and a traffic accident or road tree speeding tickets, but I can certainly give that to you guys.
Okay, I guess I'm talking total numbers, not individual dog bites and suspicious persons. Like, okay, town of Rome last month was 175 for this year. What was that a year ago? Or last month?
So you're requesting for each town, or each municipality?
Yes.
I wasn't under the assumption. I thought it had to do with the Quincy contract through the summer. So,
Two separate things.
Let's see what kind of report we can run.
all right,
Okay, thank you.
fair enough. Okay. Moving on.
So any other questions on any of those submitted reports?
I have one more.
Go ahead,
On your jail report. So there were a few inmates that were housed at other jails. Is there an explanation for that?
What page are you on, Marge?
Oh, where you do the jail, average daily population. I think it's this. Yeah, this one, I believe it is. You've got other jails. Number in other jails. Looks like there were 3 or 4.
Sheriff, I can answer that question.
Sure, this is Jim and Sayer. Go ahead.
So, yes, hi. So when it says inmates and other agencies, that means that they're serving their sentence there, they transferred. So somebody is serving a sentence in Marathon County that was sentenced in Adams, somebody's serving it in Wood County, and somebody's in Portage County. So we just keep track of them that way, that they're serving our sentence in a different county.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead, Rick.
While you're still on, so are those people just serving a consecutive sentence? A concurrent sentence over there, and then do we pay for part of that sentence, or they're just gonna serve it there and under while they're doing their marathon time?
They said they were sentenced in Adams County and they go transfer there because they live there and they work there. So they accept them and it's no cost to us.
Thank you.
All right, Brent.
Any other questions on any of the submitted reports?
I didn't get that, I'm sorry.
Any other questions on the submitted reports? Financials or any other reports?
I had a question regarding the incident because it happened just recently. Is there gonna be more report coming out regarding the incident on Cumberland?
Sure, so we can talk about that. So yeah, there was a critical incident that had happened on September 6th in the town of Strawberry, which involved a Adams County deputy. And because of the law, we have to contact an independent law enforcement agency to conduct that investigation. So in this case, we contacted the Wisconsin Department of Justice Division of Criminal Investigation to do that independent investigation. So they're handling this investigation. You know, we're not involved in it. I did provide the newspaper a short, I guess, response, just kind of summarizing that. That'll be in the paper today. Today. Just basically, you know, summarizing that the news releases won't come from me. I don't release information on this matter because that's not our investigation to release information on. And that's just according to the law, to the statutes.
But the reason I ask it, it's rather troubling to us or me as an individual that, you know, the guy has got a problem and a deputy shoots him, and that's the end of the story. And it's not fair to, you know, our department. That it'd be nice to have you know, somewhere a little bit more complete story that without crossing lines.
I completely understand. I've had, as well as Chief Deputy Carlson has expressed their concern with the special agent in charge of the investigation. That's, you know, their news release that they put out is very vague, and it's intentionally very vague. And it leads people to surmise other things that may or may not have happened. There will likely be an updated release, possibly later today or probably by the end of the week from them. Yeah, it's good. I don't say concerning, but we've expressed some concerns with how that news release was worded. And, you know, it leads to speculation, but again, it's not my news release. It's not my investigation. The other thing that I've expressed to the special agent in charge is, you know, people locally here, they want to hear from me and not from somebody from DOJ on this matter. However, it's not my investigation to release information on. Nobody from our agency is out doing interviews, following up on anything. So we're not daily apprised of updates or who's being interviewed or where the investigation goes. And that's simply to comply with the statute, so that it's a truly independent investigation. And at the end of it, it'll be submitted to the district attorney's office for review.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
The only other, I guess, in addition to that is just talking about, we had a drowning on the Labor Day weekend. We had a lot of resources with that as well. That we're down in the Wisconsin River. This is an area that we have had several other drownings at. It's unfortunate that, but it's a natural area where they go and jump off the cliff. As a closed area, they shouldn't be there. People go there and continuously do that, and it involves a lot of resources to try and recover them. But I guess I just want to touch on that. I guess other than that, that is all I had for my report, and then we have a agenda item after this. This is well to cover.
Well, it sounds like you have job security in this department. So, all right, any other questions for him on his report? Otherwise, we'll move on to discuss or act on vehicle purchases.
All right, and I'll turn this over to Chief Deputy Carlson.
Oh, I jumped ahead too, didn't I? No. I guess we mentioned that. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, good morning. Vehicle purchasing has been troubling, to say the least. We presented to the committee some months ago about purchasing a truck. We got the approval. I went back to order it. The ordering had closed. They reopened the ordering. The vehicle went up $10,000. So we're trying to, obviously that's not what we have budgeted. So we looked at other options. We have a couple vehicles and this is was to replace an admin vehicle, administration vehicle. We have a couple of the vehicles, one was put into service in 2014 and the other one was 2015, the first January 2015. Both, one has 125 plus thousand miles on it. And it's beginning to show signs of oil usage. And the other one, even though it still has, it's still running, it's a Tahoe that we're concerned about. At some point, we've had some issues with those. So we're looking at other options and what we looked at everything we could see on the state bid site, which Chris has been keeping track of that. And so right now, it looks like Ford is probably the only option that we have, and I'm not even so sure that's going to be an option. I called the sales rep out at Ewald's this morning, trying to have her make sure that we could still order the vehicle that I'll present to you folks, but it's been very trying with this. So evidently, Chris, I guess, found out that we could order Chevrolets, but they can't guarantee any price on that. There's no pricing, and Dodges we can't order at all. Fords we're still able to, at least they're showing that we can order these. So instead of the pickup that we had approval, what we're looking at is a base, it's a 2023, just a base Explorer, not a pursuit rated vehicle, but that would be consistent with what we would have in the fleet for admin vehicle. And it would be slightly over the budgeted amount, but very close to it. So Chris, what is our budgeted amount for that?
We have $34,000 budgeted for the admin vehicle.
And we have a quote here of $34,824. So it'll be $824 over to purchase this vehicle. So that's kind of where we stand. I'd hate not to try to order a vehicle because we're obviously going to run into issues with those couple that are coming up. And this looks like the best viable option for us, what would fit the needs in that group. So at this point, I'm looking for some input or approval to, and again, I'm not so sure that when I go back to place this order, it's going to happen either, but that's kind of where we're at with vehicles. It's just unbelievable. When they opened up some of these windows for ordering, the window was basically, some of them were as short as 2 days. And they would close them again, so.
So this vehicle you're talking about, that include tires and everything?
I'm hoping so. I really hope so. I mean, in fact, our last, well, the ones that we're supposed to get are squads that we ordered for this year, that we ordered in January, that we haven't even had an update on getting them yet. In fact, they were gonna send those to us with one of the chips wouldn't be in it for the rear air conditioning, but they said when they got that chip, they would come up at no cost and put that control unit in for the rear air conditioning. So yeah, it's been absolutely crazy trying to get things, but I can tell you everybody's in the same same place. Everybody's in the same place with it. So
just let me follow up a little bit. The two vehicles you talked about, one had 125 and the other Tahoe. Now, you brought them up for the reason that they're gonna need to be replaced, not as a trade-in or something like that. Did I follow that correctly or incorrectly?
that is correct. They're going to need to be replaced. What I believe that what they're doing is those vehicles will go. I think that financial manager is going to take care of putting those on the auction site. And then those would, those proceeds would go back to the county, obviously, but it wouldn't come back specifically to our budget, but it would be back to to the county.
Okay. Don, Mike. Don,
Are these vehicles on the state purchase?
Yes.
There.
correct,
Two questions. First of all, Sheriff, can you cover the $800 within your budget?
Yeah, I don't believe that'll be an issue, Chris.
And the second question is, you brought up two vehicles and we're having a hard time. How do we go about ordering a second vehicle right now and at least put it on a waiting list? That's my question. I mean, why did we bring up two vehicles and we're only gonna order one? Or is that gonna have to go on next year's budget?
That would be next year's budget for the.
Okay.
if in fact, this is approved, then we just gotta make sure that that one that was approved is no longer approved. If you follow me.
Yeah, I can't even order that vehicle. Yeah, there's just no way even that, yeah, we wouldn't, and certainly we wouldn't order. The one that was approved, and this one is in exchange for that one, yeah, so this would be the one and only admin vehicle, absolutely.
Okay, great.
I'll make a motion then that we approve the extra expenditure of whatever that 800 and some odd dollars it is. To approve that Ford Explorer in lieu of the truck purchase that was supposed to be done.
Okay,
That way it covers what you just said, that it won't be ordered twice.
all right. Do I hear a second then?
I'll say.
Supervisor Edwards, seconds. Any discussion regarding that? If not, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor of the extra expenditure? Please say aye.
I,
Any opposed? Go ahead and get it ordered, Dave.
All right, thank you, folks.
Hopefully.
Why are you still sitting here?
yeah. You had to vote right there.
Anything else? Sure.
That's all we have, thank you.
Anyone else? Anything? Otherwise. Yeah. Upcoming agenda items. Either let myself or Diana or manager know. Next meeting date.
Well,
10/12. All right, remember that. And meeting will stand adjourned. Thank you all.
Is that the one that already